Welcome to Fresh Off the Block.
What a day for Indian football!
Yes!
Oh my word! I'm still reeling. If you're an Indian football fan, this is the kind of day you must have lived for. What an experience! What a rush, guys!
Yeah. What a week.
Absolutely. And by that, we are obviously talking about the Hero I League. What an amazing final day we had in the Hero I League. But we'll come to that in just a bit. Before that, let me introduce you to my co-hosts. We have the hard ass back on the show.
Hey,
Welcome back, Raki.
Have
you finally recovered from that Kerala Blasters loss?
Yeah. I am recovering from jinganism.
Oh, and then we have our regular co-host Sharan Kukreja.
What is up, people?
And then, keeping with the name of our podcast, Fresh Off the Block, we have two fresh voices today. One is Nitin Fernandez, better known as Perno.
What's up, guys?
And then we have someone who deserves a hero's welcome. Raki, I'll let you do the honors. Introduce him, please.
We have the Namman Kedia.
Amman.
AKA the real Alvin George. Who doesn't miss
Say hi, Aman.
This is the first one I haven't missed out on this. Hi guys.
So guys, great to have all of you here. Let's start with the I-League. What was that final day? Talk us through that, Sharan.
What was that final day?
Exactly.
Minerva won it. End of story. If East Bengal fans thought they're already going to win the I-League, well, I suggest you paint your banners right away. 15 years of failure.
But have they got the numbers right? Because I still see them talk about 14 years of failure. Have we got the numbers wrong? Or?
Who cares? We'll add a couple of years more.
And then call it legacy.
Yeah.
What's numbers? They've got everything wrong.
Yeah, that's very true. But
including come up with original colors, East Bengal. Don't take our state's like flag color and all.
Absolutely.
We are changing our state's flag because of you all.
And let me bring in Furno. Let me bring in Furno at this point. Furno, how was Minerva's run to the title? I mean,
It was amazing. It's great to have another new team winning the I-League. Because, remember when BFC entered the I-League, there were only Goan teams winning the I-League. And the powerhouses were obviously the Bengal clubs.
Correct.
And now in the last 5 years, we've seen BFC win it twice.
Oh no, are you saying the Bengal teams didn't win even when BFC wasn't there?
Yeah, the I-League, they never
Great,
won.
nothing's changed.
But to be fair to them, they did win it once. Mohan.
Yeah,
So-
we tend to block out trauma a lot, so I think we blocked out that Mohun Bagan I-League.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
how
know what
we
you're talking about.
That's how
No
we think
idea.
of it.
Why are we talking like in East Bengal dressing room?
But now that the I-League is done and dusted, how sweet is it, Raki, to see Churchill relegated?
I can't believe you're talking about somebody relegated. You're taking pleasure of someone
It
who's
doesn't
relegated.
even matter that it's Churchill, it's Alfred Fernandez who got
So
relegated.
I am finally happy that Alfred Fernandez can go back to his family and his family business of running a shack. So
You're saying he's not a footballer.
Goa needs his contribution there.
In tourism department.
He can be a good bouncer as well. We've all known that when BFC played in Goa against
Absolutely,
Churchill. So
yeah.
goodbye, Alfred. You're not missed.
Even Bruce Wayne doesn't miss
What do you think of Churchill Alamau's request to AIFF to reconsider the relegation? How do you even react to that sort of sense of entitlement?
I mean, Sunanto Dar might be reading this and he'll be laughing at.
Already we've received so many letters from East Bengal and Mohun Bagan.
How many requests can we take?
Wait.
My page is oversubscribed.
Wait. Didn't Churchill go to court and then get reinstated into the league?
Yeah.
And then somehow got managed to relegate.
Even the judicial system couldn't save him.
Yeah, they file a petition against the judge will be like, what the fuck, man? Just fuck off from him.
Funny part is Sharan is a lawyer. He knows that he can't be saved.
Did you go to court for Churchill?
No, my friend did. He informed me Churchill is in I-League now. I was like, oh fuck.
Not
What did
even-
you just fight?
Can't even get any lawyer fees out of this.
Because they lost.
But coming to serious things, Aman, how sad or how happy is it that the Kolkata clubs have been consistently failing?
So we aren't in I-League anymore. So I don't really care if they are doing well or not. It's not about being sad or happy, but they finish on the exact same points. They had two teams finish above them.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's kind of sad when they have such good players.
Even in a league that BFC vacated, like BFC said, okay, take this I-League trophy, take it to Bengal.
BFC vacated it along with Mehtab Hussain.
Yeah,
Like, please win it.
exactly. Yeah. And then they went on and
No, not only that. East Bengal signed Khalid.
yeah,
He won it with Aizwal.
correct.
And he East Bengal.
I saw a good joke on Twitter the other day. It was basically someone posted that even if East Bengal is the only team in the I-League,
They
still
still
they'll
can't
end
win.
up second.
They'll manage to come second.
East Bengal is the Tottenham Hotspur of India.
There's no podcast that's over without Charan bringing in Tottenham.
No.
Hey, no, last time it was Nishik. Don't put it on.
Does East Bengal post messages for board exams?
No.
Then how come they're the Tottenham?
Anyway, moving on. Let's come to another brilliant performance at Kantirava. The performance.
Oh,
that
we're coming back to
mattered.
point and all. No, okay, cool.
What a truly outstanding performance we saw at Kantirava by West
First
Block
time?
Blues.
Of course, by the fans.
Absolutely. I mean, no question. We showed up and we showed up how.
Yeah.
You were talking about entitlement, no?
Hey, itna to banta. It is our podcast.
No, but we did show up in massive numbers.
Absolutely.
And we almost beat that record which was set in the previous game.
Without the help of
I don't know what that means.
I don't care what that means. But this moment truly belongs to West Block Blues. It was a great vibe in the stands, and
Yeah.
I have never seen West Block so loud. Not just West Block. I mean, North Block and even East.
Yeah, everyone.
I've never seen Kantirava so
like
loud.
We were buzzing. We were for
we
sure
were
buzzing.
so loud they could hear it in Chennai, so that they copied all the chants. So
But there's something
Yeah,
about
we're
these
that loud.
Hats off to them.
There's something about these Pune games. First season, last match was Pune. Highest attendance,
DSK.
8,000.
Oh no, first season.
First
First
season.
season.
First season at
The
BFS.
Gabriel Fernandez versus Keegan Pereira match.
Yeah.
Yes.
8,400 highest. And now again, it's a Pune game.
Yeah, I just forgot to tell you, we've got two statsmen on the show today. Who remember all
one
the
who goes by
numbers.
the name of first season ranker.
Hey, but Samyuk isn't here.
So coming to the game, a word on Chetri for now, his performance.
Legendary performance, one for the ages. And I think we have been waiting for this Chetri performance for like 4-5 years, the 5th year. And his first hat-trick in a semi-final knockout game in front of 24,000 people. What a performance, man.
So basically, Tony won, Chetri won.
Yeah. So that's what
is
what I
what
was
happens.
thinking. That's what I was thinking, that Chetri responds to such motivation. Like Tony had to score a hat trick for Chetri to realize that now I need to score a hat trick. So I think it might be a good time to remind Sunil Chetri that the Chennai crowd chanted "fuck off Chetri." just so you know what to do in the finals.
Yeah.
So while Chetri got all the plaudits for the performance, and rightly so, it was also a fantastic performance by the team overall. Like Subhashish Bose,
Yeah, what a performance.
Best game?
Yeah,
Easy.
his best game.
His best game till
His
now?
best game till date.
Yeah.
True. Unfortunate that
Yeah,
he
he'll
will
miss
not be
the
able to
final.
play the final.
I think it was Gurpreet's best game till date, but I'm sure we'll get to that later.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we could talk about it now. I mean, what a performance! That save
Save
from
in the first
Gurpreet.
half.
The
Even
deflected
after
shot.
deflection,
Like,
That
it
was
was-
crazy.
After
It was-
deflection, he made that save.
It was so nice that we could speak about it 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panch matlab chota cook.
There are 5 of us here talking about Gulpreet. Yeah.
Absolutely. See all the 5 references. We scripted all of these. But isn't it great that we finally have India's best goalkeeper on a 5-year contract?
That's the best part. I mean, the entire day was just going normal, and then you hear about. Is that absolutely very well done video of Gulpreet? They had announced it, and it was insane.
Especially after the day when his deputy retired from football. Vishal Keth.
Oh,
I kind of
Wait,
feel bad for.
wasn't it something like whenever we make really good videos, those players end up leaving?
Yeah, but if he's on a 5-year contract, even if he leaves, at least we'll earn some money out of it.
Yeah. No, how often do you see an Indian club getting a player onto a 5-year contract.
And that
I
too-
can
that
hardly
too such
remember
a
any.
highly rated
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
And if Furno can't remember anyone, that player doesn't exist. Simple as that.
So that player is a Nishit Desai of Indian football. Who we are missing, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, just in case you didn't notice. but coming to the serious part, now we've got a nice little core in the team.
Yeah.
All of them tied down to long-term contracts. I think we should still get Subhashish on a long-term contract, but we haven't been able to do that. But overall, we're pretty nicely poised for the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, I think Sharan really insisted that he wanted to speak about this, so I'm going to let him speak about the referee's performance. And this is the kind of poverty we have to live with on ISL, because the day the referee has a good match, we need to call it out, because that doesn't happen very often, right, Sharan?
Yeah, so for the first time, nobody tried to push the referee. And whenever anybody tried to even slur him, I'm pretty sure he pulled the card out. I think 2 of Pune's players got carded for that. So at least that way, we had somebody who could control the game, who had the game in his hand, and players weren't dictating the play. It was the referee who was
Rightfully
dictating.
so.
Yeah, and that's how it should be.
True. And I think this is also a good time to speak about one very underappreciated player in the team who's had a string of vital performances. He never gets celebrated a lot, but Lenny Rodriguez, he's really been a very consistent player in the.
Let's
in the
ask
last
Sharan
few
about
games.
this.
Yeah, since Sharan has had quite a lot to talk about Lenny in the past, so I'll let him speak.
Especially
about
from the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have spoken about him in the past. I think I've called his performance as they are. Our next opponents are Chennai, so if you go see his performance against Chennai, you will get to know how he played. As far as this year is concerned, 2018 has been a good year for him. Since Mumbai, he's been really great. And even when he came on in the second half, I think he stabilized the entire, at least the possession wise, he was really good once he came on. So yeah, credit to him. He's been doing really well. So and I hope that continues in the final also.
By the way, did I tell you that Sharan has a sweet tooth, and even as he was speaking, he was eating humble pie. And another player who I need to bring in here is Juanan Gonzalez. Aman, how good has he been this season? He's been an absolute beast, hasn't he?
I mean, Juanan is the player who every time we've taken him off, we've had some problems in the back.
Again, coming back to Chennai, the
so
last Chennai.
Juanan is an
again,
absolute
at home.
rock. And so once Osano left, people thought that how can we replace such a good player? But Juanan did an excellent job. I can even say he's better than Osano.
Wanan Johnson is actually close to Wanan Osano. I think if
Johnson
not better.
Osano. Johnson Osano.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
Johnson Osano.
Actually, I think it's a
Yeah.
definite upgrade
I think
on
it's an
Johnson
upgrade.
Osano.
I think it's an upgrade on them.
Because
Yeah.
one of the weaknesses with Osano was that he tended to switch off at times in the game.
Correct.
And I think Juanan is absolutely.
See, Yonan and Johnson, once Roka started playing them together since the turn of the year, our form has been so good. I think only the Delhi Dynamos game, both of them didn't start. One of them didn't start, I don't remember who. But apart from that, they've started most of the games and we are unbeaten. You can see the
Absolutely.
result there. When both of them start, the performances are
As the cliche goes, a good defense wins you championships, right? But there was also another surprise before the last game for all of us, and very pleasant surprise with the unexpected return of Carlos Quadrat. How big a factor is it going to be as we head into the finals?
I think Carlos's return was also confusing because if you see the first set piece that we had, like everybody was spinning because there were 5 players just running around the ball and nobody was kicking it.
They were still giddy from the joy of seeing
Yeah.
him back.
No, but that really shows how how the entire training regime was, for set pieces at least, especially for this game. I
So
think
with Carle's return, you could see the joy in Roka's face, and not taking anything away from the other guy who is his current assistant, whose name I don't know. But you could see, the partnership of Roka and Carles working, and a marked difference in the set pieces. So we almost scored from a couple of them. So
True.
welcome addition when we're going to the finals against a strong team like Chennai.
Totally. And do you think that is why Roca was so fired up for the game? Is it the joy of bringing Carlos back, or what? He just looked like he had something to prove. He was
wanted to
berserk along
win
that
and go to the
touchline.
final. I think that was more than the motivation.
It can't get any bigger than the AFC Cup final, which he's been part of. But if you see
No,
the
but
last game,
he was under a lot of pressure last season.
Yeah.
So all this is like vindication for him. Like the club stood by him, and now he's showing them that he's got the class.
Again,
is there a lesson for now for other ISL clubs that have been too quick to fire their coaches?
Yeah, for sure. Long-term thinking. That's one big thing. And Kerala Blasters, even I've learned now, they've given David James a 3-year contract. And even
which we are quite grateful for.
And let the James begin. That's the cringe.
Cringe. Oh yeah, that was a cringe hashtag, isn't it?
Rakesh, how do you feel? If not for Vinny's goals in the final of the Fed Cup, Roca might not have been here.
Please repeat. If not for Vinny's goal in the Fed Cup final.
If not for Daniel's goal in against Mumbai, we would
Do you guys?
Vinny would be a regular starter.
He wouldn't have left.
But Aman, do you think had we lost that Fed Cup, we would have retained Roca?
You can never, but I think with BFC they would have. I mean, our club has always shown good support to the manager. Like
We've had
Like
two.
we had one.
no, I'm saying that too. But with Ashley, we've always had support. Whatever Ashley.
But
wanted,
then
we
Ashley
saw.
finished first with the Fed Cup in between.
Yeah, still in the
So-
first.
Yeah, and he also made Ullas believe that there is a semi-finals of the Fed Cup and lost to East Bengal in Mancheri.
However, so what you're saying is Vinny didn't actually save Roca's job to get himself fired from the team.
Correct. Like the ISL referee, Vinny
What?
was doing his job.
to get himself fired from the team.
Too complicated.
Yeah, Roca sacked him later. He saved Roca's job, and Roca was like, "You go to Blasters, bro."
My dog's draft.
Anyway,
No, but he was retained. We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was not Roca's
So,
decision.
yeah.
correct. That's because maybe it's a wild idea, wild speculation. Maybe because we didn't retain him.
No, but he was on loan to BFC, so we couldn't retain him anyway.
True, good point. But moving
You
on.
don't mess with Fano.
On stats.
But moving on, coming back to Roca, we have addressed this on an earlier podcast about the passion that Ashley supposedly brought to games. It was a very uncharacteristic sort of show of passion from Roca. You don't usually associate running along the touch lines and rallying the crowds, especially after we conceded a goal. He just turned towards the east block and he was just getting everyone to chant
Get behind
louder.
the team, yeah.
Absolutely. We've not seen that with Roca.
Like a very animated Roca who actually lost the contract of Taylor Man for BFC.
Yeah, the
He
shirt
became-
was out.
The shirt was
was
flying.
buttons were flying
He
out.
was running everywhere.
He came very close to costing us that sponsor.
Taylor Man, take the cue. Roca is getting animated, so you better prepare better
No, but
suits.
isn't it such a sight to see Roca like that? I mean, it's a different side of him, and in a big game, he's turned up this season at every game. I don't think he's put a foot wrong.
Sure.
But
Apart from getting
De-
too attacking sometimes.
Yeah, and
But
and
then
against
he-
Delhi,
Delhi. I think that was.
I think Delhi was a bad team performance maybe.
Yeah.
But his selection
still
couldn't be
getting-
questioned.
But still, even
Or maybe it's the air. So let's move on
No,
from there.
actually sticking to that point, I don't understand why there's sparks flying out when players walk through. The smoke must go in, no, when you enter the ground at the start of the match.
Quite rich of you to say when West
Yeah,
Block always
flares.
used to set off flares.
Yeah, but we don't put it under the player's nose or something, right?
we put it under fans' nose. Well,
Yeah.
They had imported or something.
Listen, there are 100 battles we need to fight. This is not one.
Correct.
So, heading into the finals, Purno, a quick thought on how we should be set up and what should Roca's strategy
I
be?
think the thing is Chennai are very solid. We saw that even against Goa today. And they rely on crosses a lot.
Sure.
So I think Carlos might help there.
Okay.
Plus Johnson and Yuan, their height and their heading abilities should be of an advantage. But I think we go in as favourites obviously after taking 40 points in the league stage. But we have to be wary because they'll unsettle us for sure. Just like they did in our home game when they beat us 2-1. So I think they are like from all the teams, they were our toughest opponents in the league stage, and now a fitting final, I would say.
If in the first 15-20 minutes, they're a very English side in that
Yeah,
sense. So if in the first 15-20 minutes they manage to get under the skin of one of our players, then it could be a little difficult. But otherwise, I think we are technically.
I think our players
No,
should
yeah, I
keep
think
calm.
they're okay. We are okay.
How
Cabra's
is it-
not playing, so
Wow.
we should be
Yeah.
fine.
No,
But
but
Dimas,
if
Delgado.
Cabra was playing, it would be better for us because there's no Subhashish. So we need a back four.
That way.
And
And
now we have-
Cabra,
and right now
Cabra
we have
is a
back three.
champion. I mean, was a champion with Chennai before, so he is.
And right now we only have we only have three in the back, right? Like completely. like-
Nishu is
Nishu is still, I'm
still
not
recovering,
sure
is
about-
what we.
But still, if Nishu comes back from injury, it will still be a problem for us because, like Fano said that they
Physically.
not only physically they play mainly down the wings and they cross.
Yeah.
That's where Nishu is going to play, and if he's going to come back straight after injury for such a big game, that's going to be a really big problem for us.
So I'm going to open this up, and I'll let each of you come in with your suggestions. What would be your ideal 11 for the final for now?
If Nishu Kumar's fit, I would have the same lineup as the semis, only replacing obviously Subhashish with Nishu Kumar. He'll play the same
Do
formation.
you all agree with it, or do you
Yes,
have-
Yeah, I agree
that
with
was the almost the best team. Now.
I think it's the best lineup we've had. this
And
season.
I mean, Nishu is our. I mean, he's one of our own, and
Unless,
But the thing
unless
is,
you want
with
to
Nishu, one thing we are thinking only defensively. Attackingly is so good. So Chennai will have a worry there also on their right wing. Then
Just to
he's
give this a different perspective, is it a possibility that Roka might look at Nishu and say that he's coming off an injury, can't be risked in such a big game, may move Wahanan to the left and bring in Partolo in central defense?
No, that'll be a big mistake in my opinion.
You think?
Yeah, because Johnson
we
and Yuan, we
unsettling.
already spoke about that. The partnership has been key to our success this season.
Sure.
And plus, if you play three of them in the back, Miko as forward, you're playing only one midfielder, one
Dimas.
foreign midfielder in the center.
Hmm.
And Chennai has a really good midfield.
Sure. So
So
you think we'll get destroyed?
we
in the
need
midfield?
Partalo in the mid. He needs to be playing in the mid. So
Sure.
and then.
But what I see Roka doing is I think he may get Lenny in for this game. Just so that he can break
that
the
is
play.
if we don't play Nishu.
No, not Nishu. He may just not take Boythang and select.
Lenny is a hard-working player.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. His work rate is
He
far
wins
superior.
it.
So he
He's a
may
hard
advance Partalo maybe a little more forward because of his physique. That's the only reason
You're saying,
why Boythang might miss out.
You're saying Lenny for Subhashish.
Boythang.
Okay.
Boythang. I'm not talking about the back four. I'm
Okay.
talking about the midfield right now.
But will it be a battle between Partalo and Dhanpal Ganesh? If
No, both are defensively minded. So
no, like I said, that Partalo might play a little forward.
Correct.
might play a
yeah,
little
then it will
front.
be.
Yeah,
then
then-
it will be.
If Lenny plays in a more defensive role and Partalo's advanced to counter maybe Dhanpal Ganesh, it will be a good battle to watch actually at the Kunti. We're so happy that the final is here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, Raki. Nervous? Does it add to the pressure playing the final at Kantidava?
Yes, it is a big game at Kantirava. You know, we were expecting an AFC final at Kantirava if we had won against Istiklal. So we got an ISL final. So it is a neutral venue, they say, but the West Block Blues will turn in great numbers. The tickets are already sold out.
We make our home our home.
Yeah.
Where have I seen that banner? Yeah, okay.
At home.
Because we have a home.
But staying with that, even it's a bit of a downgrade from the AFC Cup final. But we don't have pleasant memories of very nail biter type of
Exactly.
games at Kantidava. So
Correct.
does that make you more nervous, or do you think we'll just smash them?
I mean, by recent form, we should, but it's again
It's a final.
football,
I
and it's
think
final. It's that
Because
day.
of the way Chennai play our setup, it'll be a very scrappy game.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be.
and it's 1-2,
Yeah.
like all others finals would have been.
So in
like-
that sense, it's a very fair. Sort
yeah,
of
it's a
final
fitting final.
fixture.
Yes, it's the
The good
best
part
two
is that
teams.
we have a good amount of experience. Like the players have a good amount. Like Gurpreet's played abroad, so he has a good amount of experience with things.
And again, the difference is gonna be Chetri, the big match player. Anytime there's a big match, Chetri turns up. So watch out, JJ.
And I am really hoping for a Miku special.
Cap.
This game
It's due.
is
It's
going to
due.
be a Miku special.
It's been a while since.
It's been a while.
But this game seems a little different in the sense that we've already been champions twice, but yet we want to win this more than anything else. I think it shows that the club wants to prove certain people wrong. The fans also want to, have that, so to say, bragging rights at least.
Like they say, can't stop, won't stop.
And
Raki just stopped at that. But thanks for joining us for this podcast. Before we end, Raki has a special announcement ahead of the finals, and this is exclusively for all you fans who are excited, I know. But Raki has got specific things to announce. Go for it, Raki.
Okay, Blues, this is the final, so let's make the city live up to expectations, right? We have to turn up in numbers, we have to up the voice, to do everything possible to make the players feel that this is special. So the club has agreed, an open training session on Friday. Please watch the pages for more details. There's going to be an open training session on Friday evening, so that you all can join after work, and so there'll be a greeting with the players and wishing them the best for the finals.
yeah, there's also subject to change, so just watch out for the
Correct.
West Block Blues Twitter page.
Sharan, you blasting.
Yeah, Blues.
Okay, that's all we have for this week. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you all at the finals. Let's go and smash them.